Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in my backyard in a small, compact space. I am changing my introduction because 154 square feet of bed space, it is true. However, I grow in bags, I grow in an orchard area, and so I feel like I'm just gonna say in a small space in my backyard. Let me know what you think. Tonight I'm gonna start some seeds. It's about time for me to start thinking about succession planting because the weather is starting to get hot. When the weather gets hot, things start to die out when it gets super hot. And then you start to deal with pests and diseases and things like that. So tonight I am going to sow some things that I want to have in my garden. For instance, I've planted Swiss chard direct sown in the garden. The way my life worked last week, I wasn't here for most of the week. And so that Swiss chard is looking very struggly, if that makes sense. So I am going to plant Swiss chard and I am going to take that in the house to grow under grow lights. I am also going to plant, what else was I gonna plant? I don't even remember. I'm also gonna plant some kale because I had direct sown kale as well, and that did not come up because honestly, I just wasn't able to keep my seeds moist the way that they should. And so I am just going to start them inside. It would be much easier and way more convenient if I could start them outside, but I work a full-time job and sometimes I don't get home on time and sometimes I'm out of town. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do Swiss chard, I'm gonna do kale. Probably in a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks or so, I'm gonna probably do some more cucumber plants as well. Just because you just never know with the heat and with the pest pressure. I am not gonna do this in my soil blocks just because I feel like I need more time and I need to learn it a little bit more. And tonight, honestly, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like learning it and all of that tonight. So I'm gonna go to Old Faithful and plant them into sail tray. So tonight I'm having borage water with a little bit of basil in it. Delicious. Also, I'm not sifting any compost. I'm going to use a bag soil that I got from Lowe's or Home Depot. So I'm just filling up my trays, and normally I would wet my soil first, but I'm also not gonna do that tonight. I have a old pan, and so once I put the soil in it and get the seeds situated, I'm just gonna water them soil from the bottom. So you just need to make sure you press your soil all the way down to the bottom so that there can be contact with the holes that's in the bottom of the sail tray so that the water can suck up and moisten your soil, which will moisten your seeds. So I save my seeds in what I'm sure a lot of you have already seen. It is a pitcher box. And so that's how I store my seeds, and then I just store them in the house, sometimes under the bed, sometimes in the laundry room. It depends on where I was the last time that I had them. While I'm filling this up, I'm gonna have to do an updated chicken care video. Chicken care is still easy for me. I still wouldn't not have chickens. I love chickens. I'm waiting to have quail, you know, like I said, they're in the incubator. But the other morning I was out here having my coffee, just walking through the garden in the morning. I kept seeing something move and I was like, well, what is that? It was a rat. It was a rat. So tomorrow I'm going to spend my day redoing the chicken coop area. So I'm gonna dig out everything. I started my chicken coop area with straw as the bedding. Probably a bad idea because it's like a very, very big area with basically piled up stuff. It is decomposed, but it's like piled up. So I'm gonna dig all of that out tomorrow, put it in the compost pile, put hardware cloth down. So it looks like they're coming from under my shed, which means they're probably in my shed. So we need to clean that out too. But just for my quick solution for the chickens is I need to dig it out and put some hardware cloth in there. And so that's what is on my list of things to do tomorrow. Today I just kind of relaxed because I was very tired from the week. And I don't get like that much, but I was very tired from the week. It's about 7 something now because I just gave myself time to rest. So this is my cold hardy leafy vegetables. That's where my kale and Swiss chard is. From the Swiss chard that I had in for fall, that's still growing. I now know that Swiss chard can also grow during the summer. And I probably won't plant these out until they're 4 to 6 weeks old because I need them to be as healthy as possible because the sun is gonna be hot. And of course I'll harden them off before I put them out. So I always do 2 seeds to a tray. So I'm gonna do this whole tray in Swiss chard. Have you started planning out your fall garden yet? So fall garden doesn't mean that you plant it in fall. It means that it'll grow through fall. So some things need to be started and planted in the summer. Let me know in the comments below. I did plant out some, I'm pretty sure it's collards or it's tree collards in one of the beds, and I'm gonna go and pull those up and plant them in here and take them in the house because they're quite stunted. They're not growing, probably because they're being shaded or because it's just super hot out here. I'm gonna do Dinosaur Kale. Seems to be something that I'm still seeing in people's summer gardens or spring gardens, but they're saying that it'll grow all the way through. And last year in my summer garden, I was craving some leafy green vegetables. So I know that they're probably going to be more bitter than they are in the fall. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar when I cook them. And that'll take care of that, and I'll still have green leafy vegetables throughout the summer. And I will put a link to the video of how I grow my seeds inside. It's a very makeshift, cheap way to grow them, but pretty much everything that I started this year that's in my summer garden, unless I purchased the starts from the store, it's exactly how I started those seeds. So it is working for me. On one of my videos, or actually that video, someone was like, oh, please send this nice young lady some LED lights. I was like, please don't. It works. I can clean it up really easy, take it down. And they are LED lights. They're just not grow lights. Although they do help my plants to grow. I'm gonna go dig up those collards. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm also gonna show you guys some new stuff that's happening in the garden at the end of this video. And next week, I will start bi-weekly garden tours. Some people said weekly, some people said bi-weekly, some people said 3 weeks. I think the best for me and my time is gonna be bi-weekly, but like I said, I'm always gonna show you the new stuff that's growing because I absolutely love to see it. So this is the plants that I started. Like I said, I think they're collards. They may also be past the time to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway and see what happens. They're more like microgreens at this point, and they have a large root ball, but I'm gonna plant them a little bit deeper and see what comes of it. I just loosened the dirt. Lost some roots, of course, but also this was a mistake. These seeds fell out of the packet when I was trying to push out like 2. So yeah, so I'm gonna take that and just bury it really deep into this sail, and it doesn't have to go straight down. It's what it's called, freaking out seedlings. Just need to make sure that all of the root is under the soil. And I'm not gonna use half of these. I'm gonna give them to the chickens, whatever is left. They'll get a little treat. So I also need to tie up my tomatoes. Someone asked me in the comments on one of the videos, how much time do I spend in my garden per week? The answer is I spend a lot of time in my garden. But as far as tending to the garden, like actual maintenance and stuff, that's like maybe 2 to 4 hours. It's not a lot of hours on maintenance. I spend a lot of time outside in my garden just because I like being out here. But my point in saying that is I spend most of my time tying up tomatoes. So before I put that in there, there you go. Planted them really deeply. And so all of these extras I'm gonna give to the girls so they can have a little treat. All right, so there we have it. We have started our seeds. Like I said, probably in 2 or 3 weeks, I'll start some more cucumbers. What are you doing?
Crazy.
Who?
Stop it.
That's no good.
The coffee had a bunch of flowers up in it.
That coffee's from yesterday. I forgot to take it in the house. So I think I showed y'all when I got back from being out of town. Look at Peace. Just back there chilling. That I had eggplant, but I have a few eggplant now. There's one there. There's one down here. There's a nice size one on this side. I probably should pull it, but I honestly don't. There's a pest. There's a pest. It's that time of year. The pests are coming. Anywho, there's another one over here. So the eggplant are starting to come in. I'm excited. So I don't eat the large eggplant, like the big purple ones. I don't like them, but I like the skinny ones roasted. Oh my God, so delicious. Just with a little bit of butter, salt and pepper. I mean, they're delicious. So that's one new thing that has popped up in my garden. But I also have cucumbers. Yeah, there's a couple on this vine. So very excited about that. I am ready to try and pickle cucumbers today. By the way, I saw a yellow, I think it was an American finch today. Beautiful bird. But she's eating my sunflowers. She was eating my sunflowers. I have dry skin, y'all. Sorry. Anyway, she was eating my sunflowers, sunflower seeds. But she was a beautiful little bird. I was watching her. Oh, I know what I want to show y'all. Because I was so excited. And I didn't think they were going to grow. And I was like, well, because I'm not going to get those this year. But I'm guessing they like the heat more than like the spring temperatures. So let me show you. My dog is being a crazy person. What in the? What are you doing? Anywho, look at that. That's the blue butterfly flower that I was telling you all about. And it's actually going up the trellis. So I think I'm gonna get more of those. I'm so excited because they're very pretty and I thought they would be beautiful, you know, coming into the garden once it covered the trellis. So I'm excited about that. And I know we have paprika peppers coming in. I wanted to make my own paprika this year. Here's more Jimmy Nardello growing. And I think I have my first like bell pepper, but it's gonna be a sweet pepper because I'm gonna let it turn yellow. And that's right there. That's the first one I had seen. So I'm waiting for my peppers, but like I said, it's getting hot. And so the peppers are definitely gonna start popping. Another thing I did today is I went around and all of my tomatoes, I pulled the lowest branches off because I was starting to see signs of something. I don't know if it was age or blight or what it was. Like they weren't yellow, but there were holes in them. So it could have been like flea beetle or something too. But with the heat coming in and wanting to have airflow coming through, I went ahead and pulled all the lower leaves off. But the tomatoes are doing really good. I have, where are they? There we go. I have tomatoes growing everywhere. Slicers and the small, you know, the cherry tomatoes. So I'm excited about that. There is a dahlia about to show up, and I love dahlias. I love them. They're beautiful flowers. So here's my first little dahlia that's about to pop out, and it looks purple, so that should be awesome. I love purple. It's my favorite color. I ordered a mix. My dahlias this year was a mix because it's really hard to get dahlia seeds for some reason. I don't know why. I guess everybody wants them, and I got those from Cozy Town. I'm not really sure how you say it. They were a bit expensive, but they were expensive for seeds, I should say. But I was happy to get them because I wanted some dahlias. Tomorrow, before I start the chicken area, I'm gonna go around and tie up all of my tomatoes because they have had quite a bit of growth and I have not tied them up. Probably since last week, I think, because I wasn't really here. Oh, my echinacea. Let me show you that. So last year I planted this echinacea and did not get one bloom off of it. And I was like, man, I got crap echinacea. But I didn't. Look at all those echinacea flowers. Purple cone flower is what it's called. And I also want to show you this. Last year my jalapenos were so small. Like I couldn't even make jalapeno poppers out of them, which is why I'm growing them. This year, they're looking much better. Oh, nice size jalapenos this year. So excited about that. The other thing I'm gonna do this week, I'm not gonna do it tomorrow because I'm sure I won't have the time, is I'm gonna sift some compost and top dress all of these bags. You know, summer's about to come. I'm gonna give them a boost of nutrients. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. I will see you back on Wednesday. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram at Miss MS Asia Spratley, where I post about the things happening in the garden every day. Bye.